just want to burst the atmosphere, make it friendly. Because what I want to be discussing tonight is sensitive, and it is so, so, so sensitive. When trust breaks, what next? When dreams in marriage are shattered, when vows are shattered, when the person that promised you heaven and earth truncates the trust that you gave. Trust is a risk, but you risk it thinking you are reasonable with the risk. Unfortunately, you actually believe that you lie to yourself. I've had people say, I'm so convinced. If I see Jesus face to face, I will tell him that you told me to marry this man. And at the end of the day, that conviction became a thing of pain, became a bad dream, or being in a dream world. The promise, the love, the words that came out that looked so real and tangible has become another thing. Your emotions get into a roller coaster. You start acting like a pendulum. You can't touch yourself, you can't feel yourself, you can't even pinch yourself. You are telling yourself, I'm dreaming. Let me just wake up and get out of this dream. This is a bad dream. And you wake up from your sleep. Your conscious, your subconscious still tells you this is true. Your vows has been shattered. Somebody smashed the trust, broke it completely. It's looking like it's beyond repairs. You are wondering, what did I do to deserve this? Why? So many questions comes into mind, and none is being answered. Nobody can really give you a proper answer to those questions that pops up in your head, in your mind. It looks like, what do I do? How do I walk this through? Sometimes you actually think, does this life really worth it? And you're asking yourself, where did I get it wrong? Have I not said to myself that this person is everything I have? Have I not told my parents, my friends, that this is my heartthrob? He gave me his word. I'm bound by the promises. And at the end of the day, somebody should just tell me that this is not true. But honestly, it becomes the truth. It becomes the truth. It becomes a reality. Dreams shattered. Vows shattered. Your conscious and your subconsciousness is not even, nothing is adding up, in all fairness. Nothing is adding up. You are not, it's not put together. Nothing is put together. Everything is it true? Is it real? Sometimes you are looking for something that is not lost. You just want somebody to tell you something. Sometimes you hit the person that shattered your vows. that broke that trust. You beat the person, you hit the person, you hit the table, you cut yourself, you hit yourself, you look for something to just end it. It is a reality. When it happens, your world crumbles. The whole world. You feel helpless, hopeless, lifeless. That's just the feeling that comes when trust breaks. When trust breaks, nothing else matters again. You are telling yourself, I've made a great mistake. This is not what I planned for my life. You start probing everything around you. Why can't somebody tell me this is not a right choice? Why can't someone just give me heads up before it gets to this level? Unfortunately, sometimes it is you that have the discoveries. You just stumbled on something strange. Sometimes it's the cheated spouse that calls you and says, well, I've been doing this, I've been cheating on you, story. Sometimes they are caught, because whether you like it or not, every addict is living on a borrowed time. It's going to come to the open. One day is for the thief, one day is for the owner. So nobody gets away with anything. No matter who you are, it's going to blow on your face. And when you get to that place, it becomes so real to you that finally my secret is out. So today I want to speak to spouses that have experienced pain of heartbreak, pain of betrayal, pain of shattered vows, pain of, I believed so much in him and he masked it so well, well masked, well covered, highly covered. As a matter of fact, if I did not have evidence, or I did not have evidences, or I did not stumble on this truth sincerely, if somebody had called me and told me, I'll say, please stop it. It's not true. Not my spouse. Not the name, you mentioned it. No, it's not possible. Please forget about it. You can say something else. This is not true. But at the end of the day, as for you, you are like a shattered glass. Shattered. Smashed. Looking difficult to be put together. That's your reality. What we're going to be looking at is reality versus your own reality. When there's a heartbreak, the person that broke the heart of the spouse believes that finally, no more secrets. That is his reality. He that is on the floor fears no fall. Whatever happens, I'm becoming a better person. But for the spouse that feel cheated, feel violated, that is not the story. So let's look into his own reality. It's going to be a series. I'll be taking it one after the other. I'll be teaching it for people to understand how it is when vows are shattered, when heart is broken, when trust breaks. The person that cheated feels finally I'm free. No more secrets. That is its reality. It's like a thief that is caught and you are told to go to prison. What else do you want to do? Go to prison. Enjoy. That is its reality. And that's why they don't even call prisons again. They call it correctional center. So the person that breaks the vow and is apprehended, caught, is willing to go to correctional center. Now, don't get me wrong. Some, they are not willing. They have made up their minds. They give excuses. They tell 1001 reasons why they had to do it. You are not available. You are busy, but you are guilty. You don't give me sex. You don't give me attention. I feel disrespected. You are not virtuous. It's your fault, basically. That is some sect of betrayal or spouses that betrays. But some sects go extra mile. Would not mind going to the correctional center. I'm using that prison experience or going to a correctional center to make it practical. But I'll be using therapy instead of prison or correctional center. The person that cheated, that is apprehended and caught, and is made to take responsibility for whatever he has done, for the action, he feels, I'll go for healing, I'll go for recovery, I'll do anything possible because I've been stuck in this problem for a very long time. I've been webbed in this space for a long time. So now that everybody has seen it, my spouse had known, what else? I'm ready to heal, to go through whatever the process that is laid down for me to be fine. I will do therapy, I will do counseling, I will apologize, I will make it up. So his reality is, now that I've confessed and I've opened up, I'm not hiding anything again. I'm trying to change, and finally, I'm becoming the version of myself that I've been wishing to be in my mind. Honesty equals integrity. So, I'm good to go. Nothing to worry about. Everybody is fine. I'm fine. He's now focusing on himself, on improving on himself, on making a better choices. He's excited about becoming a man of integrity. Wow, I'm going to be a better person. This is me. Everybody see me, I'm fine. No lying, no masking, no deception, no hypocrisy. I'm clean. This exposure has made me to see myself in the light of my truth, and I'm good to go. His reality is, now that I've confessed, what else? What else do you want? I've told you I've been inconsistent over time, and now I'm saying it. I'm here. I'm open. I'm transparent. No more secret. No more hiding. Psychologically, I'm fine. I'm becoming a person of integrity. That is his reality. I'm talking about his own reality before I start talking about your own reality as a cheated spouse. But understand this person that has been exposed. I'm now transparent. Is the reality of my life. He feels proud of the person he's becoming. I've handled men in hundreds who have come to therapy And when you see them in recovery classes, they are bubbling over. The remorsefulness, the pain is there, definitely, but the joy of no more secrets, no more shame. I am free. It's amazing. You could see the joy on their faces. You could see the excitement in the air. That is their reality. I'm not a transparent man. No more secrets. I'm accountable. I'm ready to go all the way. That is their reality. But for the cheated spouse, that is not her reality. When I come back on the next episode, I'm going to be talking about our own reality. But let me paint his own reality to you. So when you are hurting, you are pained, you are looking at your life as, so I've wasted all these years. I thought I'm in love. I didn't know I was in fool's paradise. I didn't know that everybody looks at me as they are shaking their hands, they are crying for me. And I'm flaunting, I'm showing off my cheating spouse. And he sits there, hear me validate my love for him, my respect for him, my honor for him. And he sits there and he's watching me and he's looking at me and he's like, come on. But the reality of the cheated spouse is he feels proud of his change. He feels proud, or she, depending on the gender. When it comes to cheating, it's not gender-based. It's not, anybody cheats. Anybody can cheat. But the truth is, someone feels the pain. Someone feels like no life again. Some are actually being suicidal. Let me share this story with you. A lady told herself, she said to herself, and told her husband that the day you cheat on me, I'm going to take you out of this earth and all our 3 children, and I'm going. Unfortunately, I won't give you the details because I deal with a lot of things and I handle a lot of people, and there's an oath of confidentiality here. So definitely I am not going to divulge any information. So sometimes I can twist the story, but it's the truth. These are people's reality. This is what happened. It happened in my therapeutic sessions with the clients. So she told herself, she said, and she told her spouse. So when the man acted out and she came into therapy, she said, "Ma, I'm in trouble." She said, "Ma, I'm in trouble. I cannot afford to let my wife know that I am unfaithful. It's not possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell you, Ma, to help me and save me from this embarrassment, because my wife actually told me she never knew I was cheating. She didn't have a clue, but she had told me multiple times. She would just sit down one day and she would say, "My dear, I know you're a pastor. I know you love God. But the day you cheat on me, I'm getting out of this house. I'm taking my children out of this house, and you are not going to stay either." Somebody think I'm framing up stories or it's African magic. It's not. These were my clients. I did therapy for them. So the man rushed to me, called me. As a matter of fact, the day he called me, I was somewhere. I had to say, "Meet me here." We were in the car together to do one or two things I wanted to do, so we can have a time to talk and for me to just listen and encourage him. So he poured himself to me, told me everything, and then went home. No, of course, the wife did not know anything. He just felt guilty You know, what happened is they were both ministers in their churches. Their story is long, and sometimes people fall into such things because of vulnerability. But I'm not talking about why infidelity now, and that's, or why would someone cheat, or why do people cheat. I don't want to go into that, so that's not where I'm going now. So when he came and told me everything, I encouraged him. I made him to feel safe in therapy. So he left for his house. But you know, a woman has 38 solid powers. One of them is the power of intuition. One of them is the power of perception. Our intuition has been stirred up with this person that her husband committed adultery with, and her husband, and they were family friends. But she has been feeling uncomfortable. You know the way women are wired. I'm not feeling okay. Something is wrong somewhere. I'm not getting myself. That's how we're privilegedly wired. So when her husband came, took care of him as usual, and they both slept. She said something just woke me up in the night to check my husband's phone. And she saw everything. She told me, she said, "Ma, I didn't know what to do." He said that night, I did not close my eyes till the day breaks. I was everywhere. In the morning, I put myself together. Unfortunately, you know, I told you, when a person that is struggling with their sexuality comes to therapy and they are privilegedly able to open up their heart, wow, they feel they've won the whole world. I'm sure that was how he felt. So he did not password his phone. It was not covering up again, so it was just bare and open. So the woman told me, she said, I left. I made him comfortable. He left for work. But I've transferred all the information from his phone to my email. I couldn't tell my parents. I couldn't tell anybody. This is a man of God. So what do I do? And he said a lot of things were popping up, coming to her like a flood of pain, of confusion. She didn't know what to do. And she told herself, I vowed that the day my husband have anything to do with another woman, I'm taking my life, the life of my 3 children, and of course, he's going to join us. Meanwhile, after the disclosure, I had to see the lady that got pregnant for the pastor, for the man. Of course, they did an abortion immediately. But they are conscious because they're children of God. And that's why people don't understand when we talk about addiction. People think it's just, it's not possible. Please don't say that again. When you are talking about sexual addiction, it's a secret struggle. It's different from being addicted to drugs. People can smell that you are drunk. It's different from being addicted to gambling. You are wasting your money, you are stealing. But when it comes to sex, it's covered. Nobody commits adultery openly, sorry. Except you are caught. So, it happened. This is my reality in therapy. Cases I've touched, I've felt, I've handled. It sounds strange, but it's the truth. So she said, of course, the man has brought the lady to me. So I was trying to settle her, listen to her story. What got them into infidelity is a story for probably 5 hours, breaking it down one hour after the other. So definitely it was a long story, which of course anybody could have fallen. I'm not validating infidelity, don't get me wrong. But the way, the proximity, the closeness, what happened between the two of them was really, really terrible. It wasn't, It wasn't that they intentionally went into adultery. No, no, no. And that's why if you are married, please be careful. You can't be unnecessarily close to another person. I'm not saying you should not, brotherly love should not continue. That's not what I'm saying. But when it's becoming toxic, not negative toxicity now, when it's becoming uncomfortable, when you are feeling maybe the wave just crosses your mind, please run and be accountable. Don't go and tell somebody else that is struggling that you are struggling. If you do that, you will continue the act. That's the truth. Because the person will not help you to stop the flow and stop the thoughts. So at the end of the day, the man was with me till about 11. Hear this, and this is the truth. As soon as she got back home, she bought poison. She poisoned herself and her 3 children. The man left my house at 12:35 in the midnight. And when he got home, thank God I've not slept. He found out that they were lifeless. The way I called ambulances, I didn't say ambulance, in this city, it wasn't funny. I was everywhere. I was calling this doctor, calling this person. It was terrible. They packed the 4 of them, 3 kids, and herself to the hospital. I didn't get to my house until 4:30 in the morning. This is what I do. 4 a.m. was when we got home. I still have a witness in my work, with my staff still. One of my staff is a witness of what I'm saying till date. Because heart was broken. Of course, they were resuscitated. They came back to life. And that was intense for me. That was intense. That took a whole out of me to help this family to come back on their feet and take their lives back. So when trust breaks, yes, the reality of the man is, I'm fine now. We are good to go. I would do everything to make my wife happy. I would apologize for the ones that are not having personality disorder. Please, let's balance this, because some are confused. But he's cheating on me and he's telling me whatever you want to do, you can do. Good riddance. I don't care. Men are cheaters. You will not be looking for your own fault, the things you have done before. And he's not taking responsibility for the act. That is addiction. That person needs to get into therapy as soon as yesterday. And listen to me, if he's not ready, God even cannot force anybody that is not ready. Look at the prodigal son. The day he took all his father's wealth, his inheritance, and went and started clubbing. You know what it means? Serve them round, pop champagne, things. He was living a reckless, riotous life. Why not? That was okay. But he started getting broke because you don't know what. Please go and read Job 31 if you are hearing me and you are struggling with your sexuality, you are struggling with addiction, please and please go and read Proverbs 31. Everything you are working for will be like inheriting the wind. There's a place in the book of Proverbs that says, if you trouble your family, you will inherit the wind. Who inherits the wind? It means nothing. Job said, if I have lusted after another man's wife, let another man grind with my wife in public. Not only that, he said, everything I've worked for, let it be destroyed. Meaning that what you have labored for, physically, financially, raising your children, it's off your hand. It slipped off your hand. Slipped off your hand. Slipped off your hand. If your understanding is clear, and you know the dynamics of infidelity, you will not do it. You will not do it. Do you know there is a place in the book of Proverbs that says, shame and reproach shall he get, and is reproached will not be wiped away. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to make people that are struggling, I'm not trying to make them feel bad. The truth is, if you feel bad and you don't go into therapy, this experience will happen. If you feel bad and you are remorseful and you are repentant and you are ready to go all the way, the story will change. God is a restorer. God does not consult your past to determine your future. But listen to me, addiction is not demonic. Please get it straight. Addiction is not demonic. It's a psychological problem. Listen and listen carefully. When you are born again, your spirit is born again. Your soul is not born again. Your body is not born again. Your body is the seat of where you go and act. Your soul is the seat of pain. Your first sexual exposure, your family dysfunction. Your soul is still the seat of your career and your profession. You can be anointed and be addicted. You can be loaded and you are wounded. So the issue is not your fault. It's not your fault. But the truth is you have to take responsibility, and you only take responsibility in being vulnerable in therapy. I've seen men. Recently, I told a man, I said, you should be given an award of a good man. This man, yes, he did it, but the level of brokenness, oh my goodness. You hear a man cry in therapy, you know, men don't cry, they repress emotions. It's women that cry. I don't want to go into details. I'm glad that this family is restored. They're happy, and of course, nobody knew. One of the things we do, you are already exposed. We have an oath of confidentiality. Your secret dies with us. Sure. That's why when you come into therapy, you pay for your consultation, you start your therapeutic sessions, I sign an oath of confidentiality, and you also sign that you are going to have yourself committed, an oath of commitment that I will listen. I told you I've met men that have struggled and they are whole, complete, total. I've met them. And I've met men that will say, whatever, it's my fault, it's your fault, it's not my fault. And they kept on with their lifestyle. I was told, I remember a program we had with one of my, I was a guest at the program, and she told me, she said, a lady made an open confession about a pastor that is sleeping with her. And she said she has access to the pastor. And you know what the pastor said? I'm telling you what happens. Listen, I'm not saying pastor, I'm a pastor too. Hear me. It happens on the pew and on the pulpit. Is the reason why I have too many pastors is because people, okay, she's a pastor, she will be a woman of God, she will understand. Probably. But I have people in various secular vocation that comes for therapy. You know what this man said when this person confronted him? He said, the day this girl steps into Nigeria, he will be arrested. Is that how to be broken? So you still want to avenge the person you predated on because she exposed you. We have them like that. Who are not ready they are not ready to budge. That's your problem. They don't care. And they have wives, they have children. I'm just going to be breaking this down gradually. When trust breaks. For the man, he feels proud of his decision to change. But for the wife, for the spouse, let me not be using wife or husband. For the spouse, the wound feels fresh, new, hurting to the brain. Is there anybody here who wants to ask a question? I don't want this to be too long, in all fairness, because I'm teaching Apart from that, I want you to share with people. Share it with, listen over and over and over again. And let the truth of this word resonate in you, because whatever you do in the secret will still come to the open, and it will root out your inheritance. You don't feel the effect of infidelity when you think you have erection, you have six packs, you have orgies. When the reality comes in your old age, you will hate yourself doing that and not seeking help. And should I be honest with you, help is available. Just understand that help is available. People have been sober, people have been clean, people have come out of infidelity, because the Bible says God has given us all that pertain to life and godliness. There is no crisis that does not have solution. Please understand that. There is no sickness that does not have solution. Addiction to sex is not a terminal disease. It's a psychological disease, a mental disease. It's not even in the glands, it's in the brain. If you play the games by the rule, you get the result and you are grateful for life. And you become a wounded healer. Can I be honest with you? For the past 3 weeks, I've not really had a full rest. You know why? The field is ripe, but the laborers are few. If you can come on board and heal from your addictions, you can also become a voice of healing to one person or the other. Because listen, we are living in an addictive society. Come on. Somebody was sharing with me, he said before, you have to go all out to look for a woman to commit adultery with. You know what I'm saying? It's everywhere now. It's like one a penny to a penny. It's just everywhere. Sex is everywhere. On all platforms. There's on WhatsApp group. Do you notice lately that some people will call you from one funny country and do video call? Video call. I was asking one of my staffs, I said, is that, he said, yes, man. They send us video. And these guys are naked and they are sending you video calls. We're already on an explosive boom. Sexual addiction, like one of our mentors said, he said it's a Goliath of our days that is harassing the children of Israel. It's really, really killing the saints. Let me tell you the truth. When men have sexual struggle and they come to Jesus for help, and they don't see help, because church is not talking about it, nobody's talking about sexual struggle. Don't ever say born again is permanently born again. Please don't say that again, please. Please. I'm saying it. Don't say that again. My books are on seller. Anointed but Addicted is there. And guess what? The moment you refuse to deal with whatever is dealing with you is a matter of time. And this generation we are living in is not even helping anybody. How can you pick somebody, go into somebody else's WhatsApp message and do a video call, you are naked? Lots of time, especially my ministry phone that is all over the world. But honestly, if I see a video call, I don't pick it. What is in your head? I'll be calling me with video calls. Are you okay? It's not possible. But you know, if you're an addict and you are struggling, boom, you are open to it. That's how, you know how many telephone sex, I'll put it this way, you know how many telephone sexual activities goes on? When I was, see, before, there's nothing like porn. If you want to watch porn, when I was growing up, You have to go and buy the CD and play it. Do you know how many of your children are stuck in addiction now? Because when you finish playing the CD, your daddy, some of you are struggling now. You finish playing the CD, and the NEPA took light, and the CD is there, and you forgot to remove it. And one child just said, let me watch that, what daddy is watching. Some of you, that was how you became an addict. Your brain got stuck to it. I've traced the root of sexual addiction. You can't trace it. You trace it, you embrace it, you erase it, and start replacing it. When you check into therapy, the next question is, how did you get here? Let's talk. And I've seen people open up their hearts. And if you're hearing me, distance is not a barrier. You don't have to be where I am for you to start your healing process. Addiction to any form of addiction is expensive. That's the truth. When you are into drugs and you are put in rehab, you know, sometimes you pay some rehab, you pay 200,000 per week in a rehabilitation center. You pay 200,000 per week. How do you handle it? And that's addiction for you. Somebody was, let me just give you this good news. It's a good news. It's a good news. I'm hearing you. It's a good news. You know what happens now? I do sexual addiction screening tests. Your clinicians would help you to do psychoanalysis of your sexuality. And when it is done, it will show us the root of your addiction. It will also show us how you get there. And it will show us how you'll be free from it. What a joy. You know, I started compatibility assessment test. We started personality assessment test. We have sexual screening assessment test now. We have gambling screening assessment test now. And we have sexual screening assessment test. Gambling, sex, and what again? Drug addiction. That one slipped my head. We have drug addiction screening test, gambling addiction screening test, sexual addiction screening test. That gives you are no more struggling. Nobody is trying to figure out what exactly happened. The result shows black and white, good to go. Then you are treated. You nip the problem on the board, and that settles it. His reality and versus her reality. I just said one in almost 43 minutes that I've spent here. And I want to stop so that we can break it down little by little. This is part one. I will bring it in parts. I will learn a lot about addiction. The truth is, whether you like it or not, this struggle is real. It is very, very real. And people's hearts are being broken every day. Please, stop spiritualizing sexual addiction. Don't get me wrong. I said it in one of the interviews. It can become demonic. But listen, Jesus said something. After you have done deliverance, the Bible says, Matthew 12:43-45. Can somebody write it for me? Matthew 12:43-45. He said, when an unclean spirit goes out of a man, he will walk through dry places, seeking rest, and say, let me come back. Meaning that when that demon is out, he will say, let me come and check. If you are not in therapy, therapy is accountability, is submission, is safe, is a place you become vulnerable. The truth is, when that thought or that act or that spirit comes back to check, and he notices, hey, this person is not accountable, is not in therapy, with all this spirit that left, good job. He will now go back and bring 7 stronger demons I've seen men that have told me in recovery classes that they go to prostitutes after preaching. They stay back in church. When everybody has gone, they must visit a prostitute every night. And they are preachers. So whether you're on the pew or on the pulpit, I remember some years ago, this is a funny story. Normally when you have engaged in multiple sexual relationships, when you get to a particular time in your therapy sessions, you are told to go and do sexually transmitted disease tests. You do HIV tests and all sorts, from your blood to your urine and everything, just to be sure if you are going back to your wife having sex with her, she'll feel safe because you are building back trust. So I took those men to HIV clinic. True story, 3 people. I took them there, I know the head there, so we went there. So when we're going to the head of PEFA in usage, when we're going upstairs at the time, they were somewhere else, and one of my clients that was going through therapy that wanted to do tests for, he said he sighted a girl that he had slept with. I just noticed that the man was sweating, he was apprehensive, he was agitated, he was almost passing out. He said, that girl, I've slept with her. She was at PEFA treating HIV. I'm telling you what I've seen, what I've felt, what I've handled. Now, the truth is, I'm glad that it was not positive. But look at the stress, look at the torture. Please, don't sleep with this monster tonight. If you have any challenge, send me a DM, get into therapy. The workload is much, in all fairness, but I'm here. For this reason, I'm kept alive. For this reason, I'm raised. For this purpose, I'm here. But don't think you will not face the consequences of your actions if you don't take actions now. I'm choosing those words. Action now. Because you are living on a borrowed time. Even if your wife doesn't know, what about God? You know what Joseph said? This erection will not destroy my direction. It's not about you, Potiphar's wife. It is about God. I will not do this and sin against God. He sees. So if you have the fear of God, you will rush to help before it's too late. Jesus said the end of that person will be worse. I've seen people that have engaged in sexual activities, and you want to wonder, if you are not a therapist or you're not a professional, was this person saved before? He's cuckoo saved. Paul said, what I want to do, I don't do. What I don't want to do is what I'm doing. Who will deliver me from this flesh, from this body? That's what he's talking about. He said he found another law, warring with his members. Addiction is a warfare. You use prayers, you use therapy, you use prayers, you use therapy, you combine. It's combo. It's like having serious infection. Sometimes they give you different types of antibiotics. Some you have to quickly start taking it through your vein because it's a deadly sickness. Addiction is worse than that. Thank you so much I'm sure people have questions. Send me a DM, feel comfortable. Hey, somebody said I'm ashamed. Hear me. The only thing that is not redeemable is death. Shame is redeemable. Come and receive help and shame the shame and shame the devil. Thank you for watching me tonight. Thank you so much. I'll see you. Of course, I'm going to be taking this in series. This will be part 1. When trust breaks. The devastating effect of infidelity. Probably I'll put it like that. Thank you so much. I'll see you when next I'm having this episode. Just look out for the flyers and all. And we shall be. communicating properly. This is just one out of 5 of his reality and your reality, or her reality and his reality, depending on who cheats on who. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Thank you.
No.